It's not often you hear people traveling to places just to clean it up. But In Depth Tonight brings you the story of an 89-year-old American World War II veteran who's traveling all the way to Kiribati to clean up a beach where his comrades died in battle. Proving that out of sight isn't necessarily out of mind, author Leon Cooper is making his way back to Tarawa in Kiribati one last time.
Leon Cooper is one of the ever-decreasing number of World War II veterans in the United States. The Los Angeles-based author was a former Navy boat group commander present on Tarawa Beach in the Kiribati on November 20th, 1943.
My job was to organize all of the boats on my ship to carry assault troops, supplies, ammunition into the invasion areas. Specifically, I made it my responsibility to make sure that the assault troops landed on the sand on these beaches rather than, unfortunately, because of cowardice on the part of some coxswains. Those are the guys who ride these boats. They didn't want to come anywhere near the beach because of danger of being killed by enemy gunfire. So I made sure that the guys in my boat landed on sand.
The Battle of Tarawa claimed thousands of American and Japanese lives, the memories of which are still vivid in Cooper's mind.
You never get used to being shot at. Never. I still, for many years afterwards, I still had bad dreams, nightmares about it. And now I sort of, because it's been many years since then, I sort of take it as something that happened many years ago, which sometimes I find it hard to believe that it actually happened. I saw hundreds of Marines being killed within a few yards of me by Japanese gunfire in my first battle, the Battle of Tarawa. And that's the reason for my visit to Fiji today. I'm going to Tarawa tomorrow, and we'll be spending about a week there.
But 65 years on, Cooper is heading back to the Kiribati for another battle of a different sort. Why?
I happened across an Associated Press dispatch that read in part, where hundreds of Marines died, there are now millions of plastic bags, crushed paper boxes, and crumpled cans. This garbage lies on Red Beach, where I landed the Marines of the 2nd Division on my several trips into the beach. And I learned, to my surprise, shock, and sorrow, that this hallowed ground had been desiccated.
And after years of unsuccessfully lobbying the U.S. government and politicians to clean up the place because of its history, Cooper has had enough of dead ends. He's going to do it himself.
I want to get an action program underway to remove the garbage from this hallowed ground and to take other action and consult with the Kiribati government people to see what else can be done in order to make Kiribati an attractive place for tourists to visit. It's a beautiful country.
Showing emotions our own war veterans would very well relate to, this 89-year-old cannot contain his horror at what has now become of the place his friends fell.
Absolute disappointment and anger at the indifference of so many people in Washington who have allowed this disgraceful, this outrage to the memory of all those guys who died in defense of our country.
Cooper is accompanied on this trip by independent documentary producer Stephen Barber, who says this story has to be told.
I'm going to film the garbage. I'm going to film Leon going back to Red Beach. I expect there to be high emotions because he saw hundreds and thousands of people die there 65 years ago, and that miles, because of that kind of trauma, that might as well have been 65 seconds ago. So I believe he's going to feel a lot of feelings that he hasn't felt for a lot of years.
He hopes to help Cooper spread his message around the world.
I hope that people realize that this was a place where not just Americans died, but 4,000 or 5,000 Japanese died. I mean, thousands, 5,000, 6,000 people died on this island in a matter of 2 days. And it is sacred, hallowed ground. And my goal is that Leon's message is heard around the world, all the way back to our government.
Leon Cooper has planned meetings with government officials in Kiribati in his bid to clean up the beach and install proper waste disposal systems in the area. Despite the enormity of the task ahead, This 89-year-old says nothing can stop him in what will probably be his last mission overseas. Shane Hussain, One National News.